Minicamp is over, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the winners and losers from Minicamp, and how about OTAs as well? So far, the off-season workouts that is done for our team and our players. We're just going to go through all of the list, who I think is notable, good, and bad. But before we get into today's video, if you are not a Detroit Lions fan, I say, what in the hell? Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and it's Friday. Have a great freaking weekend. Let's get into this video. We are going to start with the losers first. Why? Because I want to get this one out the way. And the losers for this video is injuries. That's it. I don't got a single player as a loser from what I'm seeing on the field. There's some mixed bag plays, but other than that, there's not players that stand out in a bad way. But injuries is always something that is always going to be on a winners or losers list, whether it be in OTAs, minicamp, training camp, after the game. Injuries is always going to be on there, and we didn't get to see a lot of Malcolm Rodriguez and David Montgomery because of injuries they sustained in OTAs, but it's all precautionary. There's nothing significant that took place where a player is going to be thrown down in a negative light. So that is a great losers list for this video because that's really nothing. But right now in the comment section, I want you to give me one winner from OTAs and minicamp. Name the player in the comment section. Maybe it's Jared Goff, maybe it's Kirby Joseph, whoever you think it is. Give me one name in the comments below. Let's go ahead and get into these winners list. And we're going to start with Jared Goff here. Now, initially in OTAs, he's a little bit off. There's people worried. Mike Valenti from 97 won the ticket, was a little bit like, who cares? And then you had Rico Beard, a little bit worried. But guess what? After the OTAs, he went back to the corrective action, Jared Goff being Jared Goff. And one of the notable things that I thought was significant through this whole time period was actually not the play on the field. It was him talking to Jameson Williams, showing leadership, and that he's in command and control of this offense and team. That's significant to have a man who is going to lead it. And that's freaking great. That's what you want in your quarterback, and it's full on Jared Goff's team as the way it should be. Also, his connections with Marvin Jones Jr. is, to me, ahead of schedule. That's fantastic because when we had Jared Goff and DJ Chark connected, the offense was being very good. And guess what? Marvin Jones Jr. is taking in that role, and they're already connecting. Fan-freaking-tastic. That's one of the biggest worries that I had this offseason was the DJ Chark missing connection. Marvin Jones Jr. doing his thing, and Jared Goff is seeing it. Jared Goff connecting with multiple players like Sam Laporta, obviously Amon-Ra St. Brown, Khalif Raymond, and he's starting to get a little bit of chemistry there with Jameson Williams. Other than that, Jared Goff, to me, is a big winner. I love what he's doing. Fully expect it because this offense is fantastic. Huge shout out to Jared Goff. Jahmyr Gibbs is another winner on my list. This guy has been absolutely stunning in OTAs and minicamp. He is going for both wide receiver, running back. He's getting separation. He's beating the linebackers. He's showing his speed. He's showing his flash. He's showing his route running. This guy is going to be an absolute game changer in the NFL in 2023. This guy is probably going to be one of the main pieces of this offense. And Jahmyr Gibbs has shown everything that you wanted him to be with the 12th overall pick. To me, he's better than DeAndre Swift. He's more consistent. He's faster. He is more multi-dimensional and universal. He could use all over this offense, and that's what Ben Johnson is doing to him. Everything has been good about Jahmyr Gibbs. Great pick by the Lions at 12. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a massive winner, like he always is. He's just consistently consistent in the way he preps, in the way he works, the way he gets separation. This guy, all he does is win. That's all he does. And Amon-Ra St. Brown, last year in training camp, I said this guy was going to have a breakout season because what I was watching in training camp was next level. He's doing that and more right now. And the ability of this guy to comprehend everything that's being thrown to him and dealing with year 3 is just absolutely stunning. The way he practices, the way he performs, he is a massive winner. And guess what? I think this guy is going to be a winner nearly every damn freaking day in training camp and every freaking game unless he gets injured because he is a professional and a pro's pro. The guy is amazing. The guy is perfect with Jared Goff. Him and Jared Goff are just two peas in a pod connecting. They have that development. They know what each other is doing there. Those two are joined at the hip, and it is very clear and evident when you watch and you see the clips of minicamp and OTAs. He is a winner on my list. Now, let me know in the comment section. Again, we're going to start with the first question we did at a little beginning of this video. Who is your biggest winner from OTAs and minicamp? Put the name in the comments below. I'm curious to see what your thoughts are. My next winner on my list is a player that needed to be a winner, and I love it. That is Derrick Barnes, the third-year linebacker. Now, he had to have a good offseason this year because the Detroit Lions went and drafted Jack Campbell at pick 18. Alex Anzalone signed a 3-year deal, and Malcolm Rodriguez had a significant playing time last year. So Derrick Barnes' career is on the line. And with the injuries to Malcolm Rodriguez, he's took full-on advantage. He's been very good in coverage. There's not really tackling or anything like that, but he would have been around the player for the tackle, and he seems to be understanding the scheme a little bit more and reactive instead of thinking. That's vital for him in the career as a Detroit Lion. If he keeps this up in training camp, maybe he could actually get some more snaps than you would expect this year because you would expect that Alex Anzalone is going to be the main guy. He will. Jack Campbell is going to get a ton as he is the 18th pick. Maybe he gets in there with Malcolm Rodriguez and gets a little bit more than expected. So he has been a person taking full advantage of the injuries. Glad for him. Do a great job. A massive winner, an underrated player that I don't think a lot of people thought would be a winner is Starling Thomas, cornerback, the undrafted. This guy has done a phenomenal job in OTAs and minicamp. He's staying with the receivers, knocking the football down. He stayed with Jameson Williams, the speedster. And when you can stay with a guy of his speed, one-on-ones, you're doing something good there. And he's competing against Will Harris, Chase Lucas for that role to make this football team. He's just trying to make it as an undrafted guy, like a Jerry Jacobs, and he's done everything humanly possible to make this team. And if he continues this in training camp, I would absolutely not be shocked if Starling Thomas is the guy who makes this team over Chase Lucas, over Will Harris. Would not shock me at all. Over Ifutu Melifonwu. He's done a really great job to this point. Shout out to the undrafted rookie. And I can't wait to watch him in preseason when he's going against other wide receivers. I'm sure he'll probably be with the third team defense, but if he keeps it up, maybe he jumps to the second team. Good job him. Kirby Joseph, our beloved Kirby Joseph, who I absolutely loved last year. His game is took up a notch this year. He did phenomenal work last year with the interceptions and forcing Karen Rodgers out of the NFC North with the last pass going to Kirby Joseph there. But with the addition of C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Emmanuel Mosley, Cameron Sutton, his game has went up. Talking game, he's more comfortable in the scheme. He's taking more of a leadership role. Kirby Joseph is phenomenal, and he's had a great camp. And it's hard for me to think that he will not be on the field majority of all defensive snaps because this guy's he's got the swag, he's got the playmaking ability, he's got the ability to stay on the field. The guy is just a phenomenal player on all aspects of the game, and he's done a great job so far in minicamp and OTAs to suggest there's not a downgrade at all. So people worry, is there going to be a sophomore slump with Kirby Joseph? No, there's not going to be a sophomore slump. The only thing that possibly could hurt him is injuries, just like any player in the NFL. Next winner on my list is Marvin Jones Jr. Talked a little bit about Jared Goff. He's been making some toe tag swag touchdowns. Him and Jared Goff are already on the same page. He's taken Jameson Williams under his wing. He is taking that veteran role, but he's still making plays at his age. This guy is what we wanted with losing DJ Chark. He stepped in, has done a great job. And he is a pro's pro. We know him. He's a former Detroit Lion, but his game is still there. We don't need him to be a number 2 wide receiver. We need him to be that number 4, that number 5. And he's doing that more. And he's still got soft hands. He's still getting open. And the connection is phenomenal with him and Jared Goff so far. Shout out to Marvin Jones Jr. A lot of relief is had now with what he's done for me with the missing of Chark. Last and surely not least, here is Sam Laporta, the rookie tight end. He's just been amazing, beating all the players in coverage, even Jack Campbell, who I absolutely love. His route tree's there. Jared Goff and him are the connection is right off rip. They're connected already. And for a rookie to come into the NFL, specifically a tight end, to have this type of connection this quick with the scheme, with, understanding where the ball is going to be with the quarterback is phenomenal. That is above where I expected a rookie tight end would be. And we're talking about the 34th overall pick. This guy could be a real integral part to the Lions offense and a key contributor to Jared Goff on those big plays that we need. When the play and there's coverage taking place for the wide receivers, here comes Sam Laporta getting open in the middle of the defense. Jared Goff throws a 10-yard pass and ends up being 25 yards because this guy knows how to get open and he knows where the ball is going to be and he's got good hands. So right now, everything that I've seen in OTAs is pretty damn good. I mean, there's questions. You still got questions about, some of this. But other than that, in all honesty, this is a damn good offseason so far. Training camp right around the corner. We're going to break it down and have fun and see how this thing goes for our beloved Detroit Lions. But make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss the latest news or rumors. Subscribe to the channel. And training camp's right around the corner, folks. You don't want to miss it out. With that said, folks,